Previously imposed. On the issue of Zimbabwe, the group reviewed the situation in Zimbabwe in the light of developments since its last meeting on 20 December 2001. It expressed its deep concern over the continued violence, political intimidation and actions against the freedom and independence of the media.
Hilson from Channel 4 News. I have a question for the delegate from Nigeria. I've
said a number of times it would have been very easy for this group to suspend Zimbabwe 6 months ago, a year ago. And if we had, we would not be meeting here now because we wouldn't have any linkage, any association, any means of expressing a disapproval, any means of influencing what is happening. Right now, the elections, the presidential elections in Zimbabwe have in effect begun. The important thing for us is to be involved, be engaged, to be able to observe those elections, and obviously to be able to report to CHOGM, which will actually be before the elections are concluded, on whether or not these conditions that we have laid down have been met. Would be maintained.
That we would have preferred to have seen the suspension of the Government of Zimbabwe from the councils of the Commonwealth and a recommendation for suspension altogether to CHOGM. The overall result of today's deliberations is therefore less than we hoped, but it's also more than we expected.
Questionable records of human rights themselves that routinely oppress opposition parties, Indigenous and ethnic minorities.
Well, I'm not surprised at the outcome of the meeting, but as with Great Britain, we took the view that it was appropriate for Zimbabwe to be suspended from the councils of the Commonwealth on the grounds that Zimbabwe is substantially in breach of the principles outlined in the Harare Declaration.